2. God is law. The sun shines, they are raining, the wind drives cloud across the sky, trees are there ten green, seas and ocean spread out, majestic mountains attract our gaze, everything suitable for life is inhabited by living creatures. Houses are rising, cars rush along the roads, people are busy with their own affairs. Many things happen chaotically, or so it seems to us, but there is being viewed a certain order in everything. To whom or for what is all this subordinated? Who created all this chaos and brought order? Who is the creator of man? It is God. What is he like? What can we call him? Of course, all this boundless and omnipresent energy comes from God. Substance and matter are a form of energy, a capacity in which this energy resides. What a great universe! What a huge number of creatures inhabit the world! What a great plural of laws! But everything in the world has a limit. It is beginning and an end. One boundless world and eternal law. Man cannot comprehend infinity. He can never fully know God, just as he cannot know the infinity of the world. We can and must only continuously know the infinity of the world and God. Man is a great achievement of God, but man is a small speck of dust in the universe. An individual person is very small for the world. There are many possibilities for his replacement. God can do without the faith of each individual person. Faith and respect for God are very necessary for everyone. We thank him for the opportunity to live and fulfill his divine plan, divine essence and purpose of life. God is a force that is not subject to man. This will be the basis of his understanding and a constant statement in further explanations. The world is infinite. All its energy, all matter is interconnected by means of laws. All parts of the universe, material, energetic, and others are interconnected by means of real laws, laws of inanimate and animate nature, which are continuously operating. Therefore, God can be called so. God is the law. The laws discovered by Newton, Hooke, Bernoulli, the law of universal gravitation, the laws of mechanics, molecular physics, electricity, optics, atomic physics, chemistry, biology, social laws, wave pattern, and many others. How did life itself originate? Who gave birth to life? Or what gave birth to life? Man still does not fully understand how such a great miracle was accomplished. If you feel the breath of the wind, the rays of the sun, or eat food, you are communicating with God the law through all your senses. Who said that God is invisible? Everything that surrounds us breathes upon us by God the law. Feel your whole being. Almost all of this is still undergoing changes. That is, our Creator continues to work continuously. God is law, is mighty, and omnipresent because nothing happens in this world without His participation. Some people still think that God works through mystical action, supernatural forces. Why does He need all this? Are His real forces laws that affect us and the world around us not enough? And what about mind? Are laws really smart? How can a great mind operate it through the action of numerous laws? Mind is improvement, it is development, it is rationalization. Mind can also be direct to destruction, to doing of evil. After all, evil almost always follows a good, and sometimes this setting destruction is simply necessary for passage the next stage of improvement. Now we will learn the law in which we will see the mind of God, which was at work long before man appeared and even long before the appearance of living beings on earth. It has always been at work. Let's quote the basic law of dialectics, the law of development, the law of mind. I probably discovered it's first, because I haven't found the law of mind anywhere before. If separate part of matter and energy, which are a constant motion, acquire the possibility to form more complex formations, then this process occurs with the acquisition of the formation, the ability to a certain self-protection from decay and harmful influences for this formation. At the same time, under the action of external forces, partial destruction always occurs, which is sometimes necessary for the next stage of improvement. End of the law. From this law, it follows that the processes in the universe, including on earth, do not occur blindly, but according to the laws of God, through development in the direction of evolution. Now we have every right to call God not only mighty, but also wise. This law of God's mind has always operated in inanimate and animate nature. It operates now in human society. Having created man, God gave people the greatest part of His mind. Having received a part of God's mind, people began to continue a special part of God's intelligent activity, His spiritual and informational part. But God allowed this to be done only within the framework of other laws established by Him. Therefore, any voluntarism is necessarily and severely punished. Mind gives a great advantage. Everyone has many needs. These are clean water and air, complete nutrition, energy resources, raw materials. All this can be found in the environment. And since a person was given a mind, despite the shortage of some types of needs, he finds a way out of these states with abundance. That is why it is necessary to pay special attention to education, to the development of the mind. Don't look for the truth in the complex schemes of the internet. The verity is always very simple. The laws of nature are very clear. More to come. Thank you for your attention to my second blog about religion.